Hi, everyone. I'm Cheryl Butler, and you're listening to the Mighty Mommy's Quick and Dirty Tip podcast, which will help make your life as a parent a little bit easier and a lot more fun. Welcome. This is episode number 314, titled 5 Ways to Teach Your Child Responsibility. As a parent, there are endless things I want to teach my children. How to be thoughtful and caring, how to be creative and innovative, how to be trustworthy and honest, how to be good listeners, and so much more. But one trait that is high up on that list is how to be responsible. Being responsible includes learning how to take care of yourself and others, as well as managing personal belongings, a school life, a home, and eventually a job. Learning responsibility does not happen overnight, but the good news is that it can be taught early, even in the 3-year-old range. Mighty Mommy has 5 tips that can help your child learn the values of being a responsible person. Tip number 1. Model responsible behavior. It's one thing to try and teach your child responsibility by telling him you need to be more responsible and pick up after yourself. It's quite another, though, to teach by example. As the parent, you are the perfect person to model what responsible behavior entails. Simply put, a responsible person can be counted on to do what is theirs to do. Parents have many responsibilities that can be used to demonstrate this on a regular basis. If you've promised to take your daughter shopping for some cool new bedroom decor, make the trip to the mall this weekend instead of pushing it off again. Be on time when it's your turn to drive the carpool to soccer practice, rather than making a sheepish excuse about having to work late. Don't leave your clean laundry strewn all over the laundry room. Take it to your bedroom and put it away instead. Promise to set aside some time to volunteer at school or at a local community event, then actually do it and involve your child if possible. It's difficult to teach your children responsibility if you're not demonstrating it in your own life. It's much easier and more effective to encourage your child to make his bed if you do the same when you wake up. And when you notice your child's efforts to mimic you and act responsibly, don't forget to heap praise on those efforts. If your 5-year-old is feeding the family pet every day as one of her chores without being asked to, let her know you've noticed and how appreciative you are that she's taking her job so seriously. Tip number 2. Assign responsibility gradually. Children learn responsibility gradually, much in the same way that they learn to walk and talk. A light switch doesn't suddenly get flipped when they realize the virtues of being responsible. I made it a point to start teaching responsibility when our kids were 2 to 3 years old. At this age, they can learn some self-care, such as brushing teeth and washing their hands after using the toilet or before eating a meal. They can also put their dirty clothes in the hamper, start putting toys away when it's cleanup time, and turn the lights off when they leave a room. Other age-appropriate examples of age-appropriate chores include kindergartners who can help get themselves dressed, help put out the silverware for meal times, make their beds, and fill the pet's bowl with food. Elementary school-age kids can shower and wash their own hair, help make their lunches, put their own laundry away, clear the table and load the dishwasher, vacuum, sweep the kitchen floor, and take care of cleaning their bedrooms. Tweens and teens can learn to do their own laundry, help with meal preps, mow the lawn, and help with yard work, garbage duty, and babysitting younger siblings. They can also tidy up the main living areas of the house. Basically, as kids get older, they can be expected to do many of the things that any adult would do. Let your kids participate in the planning of which jobs they will be responsible for. Make a schedule that is easy for them to follow and then stick to it. It's easier for your child to be responsible if the job is defined. Tip number 3. Let kids observe parental responsibility. Parents are responsible for so many home and family-related things that often go unnoticed. If you want to give your school-age and tween or teen children a real eye-opener, pick an evening and lift all of your parental responsibilities for several hours. This simply means that you are physically present in your home, but you're not the one doing the cooking, helping with homework, adjudicating fights, reminding about chores. Basically, you're sitting back and not orchestrating the flow of your household. Just as long as there are no safety concerns while you're conducting this experiment, of course. For your kids, this means that they need to do everything on their own. Homework, chores, school projects, cooking and eating meals, resolving sibling squabbles, and anything else that you usually have a handle in. At the end of this time, sit down together and talk about how everyone felt without parental guidance. Sure, you're going to get one or two smart answers about how great it is not to have any rules, but this will also give your kids the opportunity to decide what matters and that they truly could handle on their own and what they couldn't. This offers the chance for your kids to see where they might be able to increase some responsibility in their daily lives, which in turn could mean less work for you. Remind them that taking on a new job could earn them a new privilege or two. Tip number 4, play the responsible game. Our next door neighbor is a pediatrician. Talk about a stroke of luck for a family with 8 kids. She always has fun suggestions relating to nearly every topic under the parenting umbrella. Her suggestion for helping a child learn and accept new responsibilities was a game called The Most Responsible Thing to Do. All you need are 20 index cards. On each one, write one of the following scenarios. Here are some examples. I left my homework on my desk in my bedroom. I forgot to make my lunch for school. A stranger offers me a ride home from the playground. A friend does something bad and I know about it. So come up with about 20 different suggestions that require an action or a decision and make them age appropriate for your children. Now to play the game, put all the index cards face down on the table. The first person picks up a card and reads it aloud. Everyone playing has a few moments to think of the most responsible way to handle that particular situation. The person that picked up the card is the card holder and asks everyone playing to share their answer. The card holder listens to all the opinions and then picks the most responsible answer and explains why. This allows for an interactive experience for all the family members and can help plant the seeds of responsibility at a very early age. Tip number 5, irresponsibility has consequences. For years, I felt it was my responsibility to save one of my children when they forgot a homework assignment or rushed out the door without their warm jacket. Today, I'm coming clean in admitting that I have written a few excuses even for kids who were late with a project or homework paper, or dropped everything I was going to do to drive a forgotten lunch to school. And then, one day, something happened to change all that. I was nearly 9 months pregnant with my 6th child, and I got a frantic call from my son at school saying that he had forgotten his gym clothes. Exhausted and with 2 young kids in tow, I drove out to the school, my pajama pants still on, and rushed into the school office so I could deliver his gym clothes with only 5 minutes to spare before his PAE class. As I entered the main office with my 2 pajama-clad toddlers in tow, who were coated with oatmeal and bananas, I stopped right in my tracks as I realized I had been in such a rush to get there in time that I had forgotten the gym clothes at home in the mudroom and driven all that way for nothing. Lesson learned. This particular child, who was always forgetful and consistently irresponsible, could not continue to be rescued. My constant rescuing was not teaching him about responsibility. So that night, I sat down with him and explained that there would be new rules and consequences for his forgetting things. 3 days later, he forgot his Spanish book and called home, only to learn that I was not available to bring the book to school. He had to stay after school that day to make up the assignment, but he received the message loud and clear. Mom's not going to bail me out any longer. It took a few more instances, actually, before he truly did realize that I meant what I said. Since then, he's only forgotten one thing in the past few years. So how have you instilled responsibility in your children? Share your thoughts in the comments section at quickanddirtytips.com/mighty-mommy, or you can post your ideas on the Mighty Mommy Facebook page, or email me at mommy@quickanddirtytips.com. And be sure to sign up for the upcoming Mighty Mommy newsletter, chock full of practical advice to make your parenting life easier and a lot more enjoyable. Hey everyone, thanks for listening, and until next time, happy parenting.